Ashley's a really nice guy.
Dan Ashley's a friend of mine on Facebook.
Oh,
I just literally got him as a friend yesterday.
Yeah.
Nice. You know him?
Yeah.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
Very nice
very
guy.
nice.
Very nice guy. Brent Jones, I'm telling you, I've asked him on this show 6 times, and I like Brent Jones personally, but he always gives me these BS answers. Oh, I'd love to do it, buddy, but it's like, okay,
After a while,
I get that picture. You don't want to do it, okay?
Yeah.
Just say I don't want to do it.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't waste my time.
Don't waste my time.
All right.
So anyway, we'll get Vernon first. Do you need his number? I got his number.
Yeah, if you got it.
Yeah. I got all the numbers right here. As a matter of fact, I'll just pull them on out.
I mean, I have it, but I have
It's 415, of course. 310.
3 what?
310.
310.
6137.
About on the old cell phone.
There you go. Well, he's on the
busy.
phone.
All right.
Have to wait a minute
I'll
or
tell
two.
you what. I'll just text him. Or you want
Yeah,
to text? Just text.
Do you want me to text
Yeah,
him?
we'll just text him saying
Okay.
that we're going to call him in just a minute.
Okay. All right. hang on
I
a
don't have Steve Bittner or Marty Lurie.
Oh yeah, I'll give you their numbers right now. Here's Marty's number is 510 715 9635.
Okay.
And Bitker may call us back on his home phone, but he's gonna we'll reach him on his cell 510 301 5958. 5958. I told Marty we'd do them from 1 to 1:30 and Bit from 1:30 to 2. And I think since the basketball playoffs are going to be over, we're not going to be able to talk about that, so we'll just talk baseball.
Yeah.
If you want to, or if there's something else you want to throw in there.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about the NFL? I'd say stay away from the NFL with Marty. Stay with baseball. But Bit, we could probably talk more than just baseball with him.
Okay.
So yeah.
And do you know how to get a hold of Jared Goff for future?
I have his dad's phone number. Hang on a second.
Okay.
I should give him a call actually. You know what? I will. Do you want to get him for some event or something? You want to have him on the show?
Have him on the show.
Oh, it's a great idea.
Yeah,
Let me call his dad up because he's starting to do interviews now. Because
Okay.
he's on a pro team. There's no reason why he can't do an interview, and I don't think we should have to go through the team because we're in county guys.
That's right. Exactly.
Come on. So
Come
I'll call
on,
his.
man.
Here we go, Jerry Goff. I'll call his dad right now.
Okay.
His dad's a real sweetheart. I don't know if he'll, be able to help us,
I
but
didn't know that his dad was local too.
yeah, his dad was a decent player. Played what,
Yeah.
5-6 years?
As a catcher, right?
Yeah, pretty good player.
Pittsburgh, I remember.
Yeah, well, he was with. I think he played with Toronto. He didn't have he was like a journeyman, but he played 5-6 years in the major leagues. That's
As a
something.
catcher, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
He was good fighting for the job.
we almost had Jared on our Throckmorton thing. Okay, here we go. Hey, Jerry, it's Bruce McGowan calling you. It's Friday afternoon at about 1, or about noon, I'm sorry. Just wanted to see if there might be a way to get your son on our radio show sometime. We do a show, it's syndicated, it's on Armed Forces Radio, it's on iHeartRadio, it's on about 130 stations nationwide on Ron Barr's Sports Byline USA. It's an hour-long interview show. We tape it on, usually on Thursdays between, what do we usually tape it at? 2:30 to 3:30.
Yeah, and we don't need him the whole hour.
And we don't need him the whole hour. We just have him on for a segment or two. But we'd love to do that. So give me a call back when you have a chance and let me know if he might be amenable to that sometime in the next few weeks before training camp. My number is this number, which you probably will get, but if this is your home phone, I better give it to you because it may not be on your screen there. It's 415-497-9756. 415-497-9756. Hope you're having a great time and look forward to hearing from you. Bye-bye. I always end my call by saying I look forward to hearing from you because I got to call back. They feel guilty otherwise. Jim Barnett was so apologetic this morning when I called him and asked. I said, Barney, I left you a message, because he didn't go back to Cleveland. He says, I'm so sorry, man. He says, I've been on this show. I'm coming up in the afternoon on a TV show. He says, what do you need? And I said, well, can you do something this afternoon? He says, I got to get a bike ride in. Do you mind? I said, we'll do it next time. Yeah. He's a good guy.
He's been great. I mean, he's like you say, he's a little bit of a curmudgeon.
Oh, he's curmudgeon.
But you know what?
He's fun.
He's fun. He's fun to talk to.
And Gary St. Jean's another guy. I tried him
great.
also. Unfortunately, he and his wife were they're at a real swanky for a couple days. A real swanky.
Well, he was with
place.
us too, so I don't, I
push him too much.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
well, you'd know him better than.
Oh, he's good. No, he is more amenable to doing stuff than even Barney. You know what's amazing to me? Barnett told me that the Warriors didn't take him or Fitzgerald on any of the playoff trips.
I was wondering about that because it was all the Channel 7.
Well, after the first round, all of them were broadcast on network television, and they weren't doing them. So they and I said, "You're kidding me! You've been working with this team for 30 years. They wouldn't take you along. They take along office staff." He goes, "Hey, Bruce, I don't sign the checks. I just cash them."
I wonder. I mean, was it you're not allowed to come on our dime?
Well, you know what they told him? They said, "We will pay for your flight. Or no, we'll pay for your room. We have a room we can give you, but we can't put you on our plane. We don't have enough room."
Wow.
So, I mean, he didn't sound too happy about it. I said, "Jesus, I thought they appreciated what you were doing." He says, "Bruce, they pay me. I do what I
but
told them."
it kind of potentially impacts their job from the standpoint when they come back home. They want to be able to have story. Just extra.
Well, he just watches it on TV. And I said, "Why don't you go to the Comcast studios and at least take part in that little group?" He goes, "Well, they got Saint, they got Kalani, they got this guy, they got Papa." He says, "They don't need me." And I said, "Christ, man, you're one of the regular guys." It's like taking Kruko and Kuiper away from the Giants.
Yeah.
You know?
He probably wants a break once in a while, but
he told me, he said he would die to be doing some work. He's not doing. I mean, all he does is he appears now as a guest on shows like what we're doing. That's all he does. He's not getting paid for anything. And it's not like he doesn't need the money.
But he gets paid pretty well for.
Oh yeah, no, he's not complaining about the money.
Yeah.
It's just when you're in that position. I mean, that surprises me. The Warriors, I thought, were classier than that.
That is surprising.
That's very surprising. The Giants took along every person in their entire organization throughout the postseason in 2010 and paid for everything.
There's a lot more people in baseball than basketball.
It was a traveling party of 210 people, and I got to go with them throughout 2002, the entire postseason. They paid for the hotel, paid for the.
Well, don't they have like their own jet?
Yeah, they do.
So
you just had a seat on the jet. So it was so much fun that was like, what was that, about 3.5, 4? It was almost a month of just solid baseball. I'm going to Atlanta, then I'm coming home. Then I go to Atlanta, then St. Louis, then I'm coming home. Then I'm going to Anaheim, coming home.
So great.
It's just like, and it was a great. They lost. Kind of like what the Warriors are doing. I don't know. I don't have a good feeling about tomorrow night. I'm leaning towards Cleveland.
Sunday, you mean?
I mean Sunday.
Sunday?
Yeah.
Well, it's LeBron. He's playing like a man among boys.
Yeah, he is.
First couple of games, he seemed tentative. He just wasn't driving the hoop.
Yeah. Oh, he's just.
And
he's like a bowling ball, and they're bowling pins.
Yeah.
That's what it's like.
And Kyrie, that guy is just the shots that he makes. I mean, Curry's great, and not to take away from him, but these shots that he makes that for everyone else, you just go, okay, that's not a great shot. That's gonna kick off one way or the other.
Yeah, but he makes them. Yeah, I know. He has had 31, 34, 41, and last night 26 points.
Yeah. See, guys like Barnes is just.
Oh my God, Barnes is in a shooting slump. He had some shots, and I go, "Oh, that's a good shot," and then the ball clanks off the front rim or doesn't even come close.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind when it doesn't bother me as much when guys are just missing.
Yeah.
But doing stupid things like Draymond passing, right to just.
The Warriors made a lot of foolish passes last night. A lot of turnovers. They got stripped of the ball a bunch. They didn't. Yeah. They allowed Tristan Thompson, who was a decent player, but he was a superstar. Yeah. They allowed him to emulate Shaquille or Wilt Chamberlain. I mean, that's what they did. Draymond was so afraid of getting in foul trouble or getting a technical that he played like with kid gloves. He's got to just put it all on the line. I think he will too. Because
what else are they going to do? Suspend him next year per game?
Well, they could kick him out of the game. If he gets a technical, he's gone. One technical, he's out of the game. So but he can play with emotion. He'll just have to keep his himself buttoned up. The other guy who's going to have to, they're hopefully going to be okay, is Iguodala. But that's a big
I know. I saw him with his back and just,
He's had that problem all season, but it hasn't been a big problem because the trainer's been able to work with it, but it's wearing down. I think what he'll probably do, I guarantee you, what he'll do is they'll give him some kind of shot before the game. And he'll go out there, and he's a tough dude. He'll play. Even if he doesn't play at full strength, he'll go out and play.
Well, you just got to get.
He'll give it his best.
See, the thing is, it's like, Timothy Mozgov is good off the bench. And
he hasn't played though in the last couple of games.
But I'm thinking, it's like, what do the Warriors have? I mean, Ian Clark is okay.
Ian Clark is not what you want. Barbosa gives you a nice little joke.
Yeah.
The guy who disappointed me last night was Sean Livingston. He had only 1 of 6 shots, and he had a lot of open looks.
Yeah.
The 12-footer.
That's his thing.
Yeah, when he goes up on those little 15-footers, I go, oh, you got it. And last night I was like, they were just missing. You know, Curry and Thompson, if they have a game like they had last night on Sunday, and the other guys kick in, they'll win. But they just have to play a little better average game, which they should. But it's the key is Draymond and Iguodala and Harrison. Those guys have got to kick in.
You got to fall into LeBron.
Kick him in the nuts. Have one of your weaker players like Bernie Spates go out there and bait him into a fight.
Was he sick? Was he injured?
No, they just don't feel comfortable. Their defense was so bad. They felt if they put him in, they'd really be vulnerable underneath. He can't defend to save his life. He's a good shooter.
Yeah.
You put him in, and that's the problem. He shoots, but he can't defend. Azili defends, but can't shoot and pass, and can't even hold the ball. And then Varejao is a good passer, but and plays good defense, but he doesn't really do much.
You know, funny, that one play with Shumpert and Varejao, it looked like Shumpert actually caused the foul.
Well, and then what happened was Varejao grabbed
as he was falling,
pulled him down with him. I don't know why he would do that, but maybe instinctive move.
Yeah. All right, let's try Vern again.
All right.
What's his number?
Hang on, hang on, I got it right down.
Sorry.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got it right down. That's why I did that. 415 3730. I'm sorry. 310 61 37. There we go. Oops. Still busy. You want to text
well,
him?
you know, let's do our 2 minute.
Yeah, let's get that out of the way. And I'll text him after this commercial break.
All right.
Has this been rolling the whole time? Or you can edit that?
Yeah. What I usually do is just.
Do people ever actually watch the podcast?
Some of them do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
it's not live, is it?
No.
Okay.
I just throw it up on YouTube
Okay.
in case anybody wants to check it.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
And, what happens is I watch it I figure out where we start.
And then you just edit it off?
Nah, I just say it's too hard to do for some reason. I just say show starts at the 5-minute marker.
Oh, okay. So they can on their cursor they can move it forward.
Yeah.
There you go. That works.
So
Let them do it.
Swearing and whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. It's weird weather out there, by the way. It's kind of muggy and windy, but it's very warm. It's very nice. Good surf right now.
Welcome. You're listening to Sports Econ 101. This is the show where we discuss sports topics from a business perspective. I'm your host, Edward Brown, along with my co-host, my regular co-host.
I'm regular some way. My wife thinks I'm a regular.
Yeah.
I mean, I show up every night.
As long as you're not irregular.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in the starting lineup as far as I'm concerned.
Longtime radio sports personality Bruce McGowan. And today's show is going to be fun if our guest comes on next segment. Who's going to be our guest?
We've got longtime Bay Area television sportscaster Vern Glenn, who has been watching very closely, Edward, the NBA Finals between the Warriors and Cavs, which I guess if this show airs on Saturday, is that what it airs?
It'll air on Saturday, and then Sunday's the game.
Sunday's the game. So we'll be talking about this is a good time to be talking about that game. And, of course, the Warriors coming off a very disheartening loss in Game 6. So Vern has been watching and covering these things closely, so we'll have him on, and it'll be fun.
And, of course, all of us have been watching. And
Yes,
we have
we
our
have.
own little comments to make.
Our little snide remarks.
That's right.
And don't think we don't have any, because we have plenty, especially for the referees.
Yeah, we're going to definitely get into that.
Yes.
And then all the conspiracy theories that are going out there.
Yes.
I believe every one of them.
You do?
Well, to some degree, but we'll talk more about that. Okay. So at every commercial break, we're going to ask a sports trivia question. Again, we're doing miscellaneous sports trivia today. And we're going to give a vacation away to the first email with the correct answer. And the vacations are not sponsored by the radio station, but by Lighthouse Resort and Marina. And let's see, what else we got here? Okay, so this segment of Sports Econ 101 is sponsored by Pacific Private Money, providing mortgage investments that are currently yielding still over 8% secured by real estate. In fact, even when real estate drops a little, their loan to value is so low that they're not really in much danger.
Wow.
Which is really good.
Which is unusual this day.
Exactly, yeah. So even with the crash that happened before, it wouldn't be too affected. All right, so it doesn't get any more conservative than that. You got to check them out at pacificprivatemoney.com. So when we come back, we're going to hopefully have Vern on. We'll talk about not only the Warriors, but specific things about, Draymond's foul, that got him kicked out for Game 6, Game 5.
Game 5.
Right, and other things. Okay, stay with us. Sports Econ 101, we'll be right back.
Let me give Vern why don't you try him one more time, and while you're trying him, I will, if you don't get him, I'll start to write my little text, and hopefully.
Okay, let me just save the file. Yeah. Yeah, so Rich made an appointment, or not an appointment, he made a reservation. He wants to check out Lighthouse.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
I told him, I warned him ahead of time. I said, it's not the West End Mountain. Don't be.
Well, it sounds like kind of like an old-fashioned family place.
Yeah. Campground, stuff like that. Does he have kids? Young kids?
He's got adult kids.
Oh.
Oh, God. I said, hey, Vern, trying to get you on our show, but your line is busy. You still available? Can you call him again?
Yeah.
Okay.
I looked it up. 73. I think we dialed 370. It's 730.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
730, that's right.
Yeah.
730 is
I
number.
could
61.
Hey, Bruce, what number are you calling?
Oh, we got the wrong number. It's not my bad. Don't worry about it. God,
I looked.
Delete that number.
I'm like the Warriors. What? No, what is your number? Give it to me one more time.
730.
730. That's what I gave you. I didn't give you
730-6137.
Yeah, that's what I gave you, Edward. Edward must have written it.
No, what happened was you read it off to me.
I read it off?
You transposed it.
Oh, my
That's
bad.
okay. I've done that many a time. All right.
It's that time of the day.
How you doing, buddy?
Good. Just run around before I go to work.
All right.
Good
All right,
deal.
So let's get right into this. Okay, we already recorded our first little 2-minute thing, letting everyone know that you're going to be on. All right.
Okay.
Here we go. Welcome back to Sports Econ 101. I'm Edward Brown, your host, along with Bruce McGowan. Bruce, tell us who's on the phone.
Oh, a good friend of ours who's been involved in local television sports here in the Bay Area for many, many years. I won't say how many because I don't want to make him feel too old, but no, he's
younger than both of us.
He is younger than both of us. He doesn't have that much gray hair. I think maybe 1 or 2 strands. But after watching the Warriors play, Vern Glenn's probably getting as many gray hairs as Steve Kerr. I mean, what is Vernon? I mean, to oversimplify, what has happened these last 2 games to the Warriors? They were playing so well and on their way to winning, and then suddenly it just all fell apart. Was it the Draymond Green thing? Did that kind of catapult this whole disaster, or what's your take?
Well, if we're addressing Game 6, to me it looked like the Warriors playing a little scared and a little intimidated, and for whatever reason, Cavaliers have imposed their will. They have fed off of LeBron James, who, by the way, win or lose Game 7, he is my MVP of the series. That Game 6 looked like a man playing against a bunch of CYO guys. I mean, so he's doing everything that he wanted. If you look at the statistics, he is at or near the top of every statistical category in this playoff series, including both teams.
Wow.
You wonder why in the beginning he was very tentative about going to the bucket.
Because he wanted to get everybody involved.
Oh, yeah, he was being a little too generous.
Get everybody up and get everybody involved. Not make it look like, okay, guys, let's just pass the ball around until there's 10 seconds left on the clock, and then I'll make the play while you guys stand around and watch.
Yeah.
You know, one thing
he wanted to get the pass for it, email it in. That was the game plan, and that's what they went in with. And when the shots weren't falling, and when turnovers were being made, and they didn't adjust, and they underestimated the range of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson when their shots were falling. That's what happened, and that's why the Warriors won.
And
it's a strong inside game too.
And if it was just LeBron, it'd be one thing. But Kyrie Irving is just a beast on the court.
Oh, hasn't he? Oh, he's been absolutely and he's been fearless. He's been forceful. He's been physical, and he has hit his mark. And there's nothing the Warriors have been able to do to stop him.
It's interesting. We look at this series and we look at last year. Complete reversal. The Warriors went into that series in great health. Cleveland was, tottering on the edge of being not having enough healthy bodies. Now it's the Warriors with Iguodala with a bad back, with Bogut being out, with Curry, clearly even though he's playing heroically, not at full strength. Cleveland is poised to really finish off a great story. As much as we here in the Bay Area hate to see it and hate to say it, you got to give Cleveland credit. This is a great comeback for this team.
And let's not forget the psychological element, Brucey. I mean, they're in the Warriors' head now. I mean, they're definitely the Warriors' daddy. right
Well,
now.
look, you know what though?
And the Warriors know it.
I got to say one thing though. When I don't know, but I do agree with you. Except I think it was great that Steph Curry got kicked out, only from the standpoint that I think that's going to spark them.
I felt the same way. Do you think that might act as an impetus for them? Because Curry also made some, or other, I should say, Steve Kerr also made some very pointed remarks about the refs making some inappropriate calls against Curry. It might, that little extra jolt might give him something to sort of look, to try to rectify in the next game.
Well, I'm just throwing out there, since it hasn't been made on this program yet. You think that there could be a legitimate conspiracy theory behind the league wanting a 7-game series?
The answer is yes.
I feel like that. I mean, boy, I know Aisha Curry tweeted the way she tweeted, and she immediately deleted it when she realized, geez, I just threw my husband under the bus.
Yeah.
But
well, the same thing with some
of those fouls were very, very questionable.
Well, let's even go back at the game, a couple of games before. Draymond getting kicked out
a day and a half later.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine how you're a referee and you get overruled by somebody back in some office in New York. You're probably thinking to yourself, boy, these guys don't have a lot of faith in my calls. So naturally, the referees are bad.
Yeah, and also he didn't take like a really big swipe at LeBron.
But it was LeBron. It was LeBron. If it had been anybody, don't you think, Vernon?
It didn't even hit him though. I mean, it didn't even try. It was sort of like you sort of smack a fly.
But what I'm saying is, and tell me if you agree with me, Vern. When you do that to LeBron, everybody's going to pay attention. If he'd done that to Tristan Thompson or Iman Shumpert, no big deal. Even Kyrie Irving, but it was LeBron. I think that's why Draymond got kind of singled out, and they felt like we've had enough of this guy. Now he's taking a little thing, a little backhand swipe. I think that's it.
Someone tries to leapfrog me and doesn't make it. I don't know. I might kind of.
Well, I know. I'm with you. I'm thinking, and I'm sure Vernon feels the same way. I think Draymond was very justified in getting back in his face, maybe not taking a shot at him, but he missed him anyway. It was like a weak little backhand.
And LeBron didn't do anything purposely. We know that.
Yeah.
But it's just like.
We don't know that. LeBron is a smart guy. He's probably thinking to himself, we need every edge we can get. If we can get this guy out of here.
Try to leapfrog a guy?
Yeah.
I'm
not saying he would do that, but I wouldn't put it past any athlete. Would you, Vern? I mean, guys, when you get to a desperate position, your team needs every little break. I wouldn't be surprised if he felt like, hey, if I can get this guy out of here, we might be able to win this game, or at least come back in the next game.
Well, let me jump in on your question, Bruce. That particular incident emanated from the very end of the game. And you're right, LeBron is the focal point of this whole situation. And the referees, they tend to see the retaliation, not the initial act.
Yeah.
LeBron shoved Draymond to the ground. Draymond respected by swiping him in the coconuts, and that's what they saw. It's on tape. Everybody saw it. But because it was LeBron and he made enough noise, essentially went to the principal's office.
Yeah.
And something had to have been done. They reviewed it. They looked at it, and then they said, well, we have to do something, but we have to make it look like it's not just in LeBron's favor. So here's what we do: we give the foul, we give a technical to LeBron, and then we give the foul to Draymond, have him miss a game, and it looks like we're calling it both ways.
Yeah, but missing a game is a huge difference. There's one thing for getting a technical call versus getting suspended for a game.
Well, it did turn the series around. There's no question.
No
question.
Because of that flagrant foul, that put him over the limit, and that's why he had to miss the game.
Yeah, and of course, we can look at it from the other standpoint that Draymond Green knew he was in jeopardy and should have, been a little more careful.
Yeah, but it's like the heat of the moment.
That's what I'm saying. And Draymond is Draymond. If Draymond last night, tell me if you agree with me here. I shouldn't say last night, on Thursday night. Vernon, Draymond played like he had kid gloves on, as if his hands were tied, because I think he was so afraid of getting kicked out of the game, and so that allowed LeBron and Tristan Thompson especially to go inside with impunity.
But he did mouth off quite a bit during the game.
Draymond did?
Yeah, where Kerr had to kind of hold him back.
Well, not that much though. But I mean, I
think when you're a star like Draymond Green, you are allowed some leeway.
Yeah.
To point. And I think Draymond, even to his head, I'm sure he was told several times, say, look, we're going to need you in Game 7. Don't go just. And Draymond might have said to some of his teammates, hey, if it looks like I'm really going to go off, come grab me.
Yeah.
know, because I just might talk out of school and it might happen. So we have all those things factored into one. Plus, Dermot, he has to call the defense. He has to make the defensive steps.
Yeah.
He's the one he's the one out there that says, look, you need to be over here. You know, but and they didn't have that for Game 5.
Yeah. A lot of interesting little sidelights of this series.
By the time the Game 6 happened, I mean, let's face it, guys. I mean, just before, I mean, Edward, before you get comfortable in your theater chair,
Yes.
Chris was down 20 points.
What's that? Say that again, Vern?
11 points in the first quarter.
Yeah. That pretty much tells the story.
Oh, yeah.
Had a strong one, and they cut it to 7. That's as close as they got, and it looked like, hey, this might happen. But
You know, it's funny. After
they scored 18 straight points.
yeah.
18 straight points.
You know, it's funny. After
It just imposed as well.
He did.
after Curry got kicked out, for some reason, I kind of sensed that Cleveland was going, you know, this isn't a good thing. This is really gonna rile these guys up. But anyway, hey, we're gonna stay with us, Vern. We're gonna cut to a commercial break here. All right. So here's our first trivia question. When was the last time that a player? When was the last time that a baseball player, you know, we're talking MLB, hit 2 inside the park home runs in a single game?
Wow.
And who was that
I
player?
have no clue.
Okay.
I'm not even going to attempt to answer that one.
Well, I'll tell you, it was in the 1980s.
Okay.
Make it easy.
Well, that's an era I covered probably closer than any other era in
Then you
baseball.
better get this one right. I mean,
All
how
right.
could you not remember
Okay.
2 inside the park
All
home
right.
runs in a single
I'll
game?
give you an answer.
Okay.
I'll try
And
anyway.
you have heard of this player.
Okay.
Okay.
Well-known player.
Yeah.
Not a superstar.
Not a superstar,
Okay.
but well known. He had at least one really good series.
And a fast runner. obviously.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but I wouldn't think of it necessarily.
Okay, all right.
Stay with us.
Thanks for the
Econ
hints.
101. I'll be right back.
Are you outside, Vernon, on a hillside or something? It sounds like the wind is blowing.
I am standing outside.
Oh, that's okay.
That's right. Yeah,
don't worry about
I
it.
had to kind of turn you down. just
I
a little
figured
bit.
it's kind of breezy today. It's a weird day. I just finished a hike out by the bay, and it was 70 degrees with wind and overcast. It's weird weather.
I had to go to Mill Valley. So I'm doing this this diet thing.
Are you still there, Vern?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, good. Okay, I thought we lost you there.
We're starting out. He was doing a diet.
There we go.
So I go to Mill Valley and I get these. I get the packet of shots. I give myself almost like a diabetes shot every day, and it kind of helps me get over. I'm living on about 600 calories a day.
Wow.
Can you believe
How
that?
much weight do you want to
I want to
lose?
lose 20 pounds. I
Oh.
want to get down to
Why do you want to
175.
lose so much weight? Would you feel like you're just heavy?
Because my wife won't have sex with me. No.
Well, that's a good reason.
No,
Yeah.
Eva just kind of.
She suggested it.
She and I kind of wanted it.
Yeah,
I
well,
was
you
a
know,
little
you
bit.
gotta. Hey, listen, happy wife, happy life.
That's right.
Vernon knows about that, right, Vernon? Happy wife, happy life. My wife is not Vernon. My wife is not happy with me because we're supposed to start our vacation Sunday.
That's right.
Colette and Molly have to leave.
I'll tell you this, guys. I've been doing hot yoga every day. Like,
Love that. I love that.
Yeah,
and I've lost almost 20 pounds.
good for
Oh,
you.
good for you.
That's great.
I know. Where do you do it?
Red Dragon Yoga.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Eva was telling me about
I
that.
go to the one near me in Mill Valley.
That's
Oh, I know
great.
there's one there.
Good for
Okay,
you,
'cause
Vernon.
I know there's one in San Rafael.
Yoga's great. My wife does yoga.
I've been to that one in San Rafael, but I go every day when I go back.
Gotcha.
Right next to Super Duper.
Yeah, it's very relaxing. I remember doing that when they had it at across the street here at the gym, and I just love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I like the sweat.
Yeah.
And coming out of the shower, you just feel like, man, I've done something today.
Yeah, that's right.
I
That's
got to
exactly
do
right.
it towards the end of the day. If I do it in the middle of the day, I'm just too relaxed. And dead
Yeah.
for
I have to do it at the beginning of the
There
day.
you go.
Oh wow.
You go to a 6:30 class or a 9:30 class, or I won't have time.
Don't you want to take a nap after that?
No, hell no, you're awake.
Maybe they just lulled me to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Welcome back to Sports Econ 101. I'm Edward Brown, your host, along with Bruce McGowan, and back on the phone again is our good friend Vern Glenn. All right, now.
That's where I belong.
Okay, here was our first trivia question. When was the last time that a player hit 2 inside the park home runs in a single game, and who was that player?
And this guy was a regular.
Yep.
Then he played throughout the 1980s.
Yep.
West Coast, East Coast, Midwest.
North Coast.
North Coast. Oh, you mean like up in Seattle?
No. I remember him mostly for playing for Minnesota.
Oh, from Kirby Puckett?
No.
No, gosh.
Dan Gladden.
No, but that would have been my guess too. No, it was Greg Gagne.
Oh, Greg Gagne.
Greg Gagne.
Yeah, I
86.
never would have guessed Greg Gagne.
Twins.
Never would have guessed him.
All right, so we're talking still the NBA here.
Yeah, I got a quick one for Vernon, and I want to get your take on this too, Albert. Vernon, one of the things I think the Warriors have to do if they want to win this game is they have to keep Tristan Thompson from being like Shaquille O'Neal underneath, and without Andrew Bogut and with Festus Ezeli not really that effective, and Anderson Varejao not really that impressive. How are they going to keep that? That to me was the turning point. Was Tristan Thompson dominated inside, and that allowed LeBron, a lot more leeway, a lot more space too.
I say
Really is taking a lot of heat off of that outside game.
Yeah.
Doing it and playing with abandon. I mean, let's face it, guys. Cleveland has the blueprint to go in there and win this game. The Warriors are the ones that have to respond. These are the questions you have to ask yourself. Are the Warriors quick enough to match their speed? And the Warriors hit their shots? And the Warriors kind of seal off the inside game? I mean, these are poignant questions. And can the Warriors get in transition and move and score with the velocity as they're used to doing? That's what you have to ask.
I think
And if two or more of those questions is no, Cleveland is going to win this game Sunday.
for the height, I think they need to get Spates to put Ian Clark on his shoulders. And they'll be able to
What's
run
going on with Spates? Because for some reason, Kerr doesn't trust. For some reason, there's three guys he just cannot trust put out there for quality minutes. Varejao,
McAdoo.
Mo Buckets, and
McAdoo.
McAdoo.
Ian Clark or McAdoo?
McAdoo, yeah.
James McAdoo, yeah. Well, Bogut's gone. But Festus Ezeli, those three guys.
Yeah,
that's
I
true.
would be scared to death to put those.
I
don't blame him. I mean, none of those guys, none of them has the complete all-around game. Festus can't do anything when he's got the ball. He can't shoot the ball.
Butterfingers.
He's so outmatched. He's so much like a D-League player out there.
He was, and then
It really is embarrassing.
you love off the instant offense, the Mo Buckets, better known as Mo Buckets. Maurice Spates provides, but he can't play defense to save his life. If you were a betting man, I'm going to ask both of you guys this: who would you favor right now? Let's start with you, Vernon.
I would favor the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Would you give them pretty good odds to win this game?
We've seen what they've done in Game 5. We've seen what they've done in Game 6. And there's been nothing the Warriors have been able to do to stop it.
Yeah.
And they're still
I
healthy.
see no reason why they can step in on Sunday and do the same thing, unless Kerr has come up with some kind of a game plan, some kind of wrinkle, something that he can dip in and pull out that would work. The Warriors have to have a quick start. It's got them right from the jump.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Be down double digits just like that.
Yeah.
Expecting to win this game.
Well, the last 4 games they have not played well, Vernon. I mean, even the game they won in Cleveland, they were down, I think, 9 points in the third quarter. I mean, they have been outplayed consistently in the last 4 games, and that's been.
Well, I'll go Jim Harbaugh on this one. Quote: "Hey, so long as we have 1 point better than the other guy."
I mean,
Doesn't matter.
the crowd is only going to favor, only be so much of a factor.
Yeah. Well, I think Cleveland's ready. They can handle it.
It's how you drive.
Yeah.
It's how you arrive.
Was that Mark Jackson who said that? He loves to. I wonder what Mark Jackson, how Mark Jackson feels. He helped to build this team into what they are, and now he has to sit back and watch it as it fulfills its destiny.
We had to do it last time too.
He had to do it last time. I wonder how
bad for him during last year's final.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Yeah, I did too.
This year, not so much, only because he just hasn't been getting the offers. I mean, there must be some reason.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Getting other offers.
Well, Vernon, having dealt with the guy a fair amount, I always found him to be fair and square and straightforward. But I guess he just wasn't as inclusive with other people and was a little kind of paranoid, and that really turned off Joe Lacob and Bob Myers. But
we weren't there day in and day out.
Yeah.
Yes, I did hear that he didn't lean on his assistants and trust and take the input like he should.
Yeah.
Look at Kerr. I mean, he's always in somebody's ear.
Oh yeah.
That's smart.
Very inclusive.
So
yeah.
let me ask you guys: how much more money is made by having a Game 7?
I don't think it's
That's the sales department at ABC.
Yeah. I mean, it's more of a
the advertising.
Vernon, you'd be better qualified to answer this, but I'm thinking, and just in terms of revenue generated through advertising and numbers of people, numbers of eyeballs watching the game, that it's not a huge amount, but it's a prestige thing.
Well, but also, I mean, this is Game 7.
Well, this is gonna
one thing when they were up 3-1.
Yeah,
It's like,
no, they'll get a big audience on a Sunday night. Also, that's a great night for a game. I mean,
and if you're an ABC affiliate and you have a local team in it, your station makes even more.
yeah. Well, you can imagine.
Like during the World Series, when the Giants were going, they were going.
Yeah.
Channel 2 was making $1 million a game.
Wow.
And Channel 2,
Sweet.
$1 million a game.
Wow.
That's great.
Our representatives at K-Pits off the Super Bowl, I think we made $10 million
Wow.
off the Super Bowl. And that's money they do not have to share.
Yeah, that's a nice little chunk they can put in their own pockets.
KTO,
Did you get any of that? I
Yeah, I was
hope.
gonna say, how much do they pass your way?
They're making Boku's money.
Yeah.
I was going to say that even though I got to root for the Warriors because they're my team, I'm almost internally going to win either way because Cleveland hasn't done anything.
Well, it's a
since
great
Jim Brown.
story. We got to give Cleveland. I mean, don't you think, Vernon? Cleveland, the last time they won a championship, you weren't even alive. I don't know if Edward was alive. I was just a little boy.
I was alive. I was 2 years old.
Okay, you were born with 61?
4.
You were born in 64?
60.
I was born in '62.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you were 2 years old. Edward, what year were you
2
born?
years old.
60. Okay, I was a baby boomer.
And if you
52.
saw that ESPN 30 for 30 special on Cleveland, which was magnificent.
That was.
You feel sorry for that town.
Well, it'd be nice. I'll feel good about. I don't know how you'll feel, guys, but I'll feel good for Cleveland if they win.
I mean, I was really rooting for them in the World Series against
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Oh, yeah, and against Miami too, against the
I kind of feel
Marlins.
about those teams kind of the way I feel about the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Just these lovable losers that have been in positions to win, and then for whatever reason, something has just gone terribly wrong.
And the funny thing is, it's not even the same players, right?
Yeah.
They lost the 45 World Series to the
Yeah.
Detroit, and
Yeah.
it's not, obviously those aren't the same players as what happened.
A lot of players in
years
between.
later, yeah.
What's interesting to me about this whole thing is right now you've got Cleveland led by a guy who's really an iconic player. But if he loses this playoff series, and how many more times is he going to get a chance to play in the final? He's played now in what is it? This will be his. He played in
The sixth straight NBA final.
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought it was actually 6 he's played in, and this is his 7th because then he played in 2, bookending the 4 and was it 4 he played in Miami? 2 losses, 2 wins, and then 1.
It may be 7 overall in
Yeah.
there, but as far as string of number of years in a row, this
Yeah.
is 6 in a row.
Well, he's played in 7 overall, is what I'm saying.
Correct.
And if he loses, it'd be 2 and 5, and a lot of people are going to say, "Gee, LeBron was a great player, but 2 and 5," and I mean,
that's not fair.
I don't think that's
it's a
fair.
one-man shot.
Yeah, but I think he realizes how important this is.
Shooting
He may not
pool.
get another shot.
Yeah, bowling, shooting pool, things are individual.
I'm just
sports.
thinking of bowling. I'm thinking of what's this? The idea that here's LeBron rolling down the lane, the Warriors are pins, and he's the bowling ball. I mean, that's the way it looks.
Well, that's what when he starts to drive, when he gets the scoreboard momentum, either driving left or right, it is like a bowling ball.
Okay, so here's what I don't understand. With about 7 minutes to play in one of the quarters, I don't remember which quarter, and the Warriors in the bonus, why aren't they driving to try to get that, any kind of foul? You know what I mean? Because they'll get right to the line.
Well, that's all.
Well, for 2 things. First of all, every time the Warriors drove, I don't know if you noticed it, but the Cavaliers were able to time just the little jab step, the little ball fake, that they were able to time it and block the shot. They did it all the time.
Yeah.
See, I mean, they did it all the time.
Yeah, like LeBron done Curry.
Yeah, the one shot that Curry made late in the game, which was an incredible shot. I mean, it took a superhuman effort to make that shot. I mean, you're absolutely right. They closed down the middle. The Warriors had no opportunity to do any driving, and then they couldn't hit the outside shots with any consistency.
And once the shots weren't falling, I mean, they knew they were done.
Yeah.
Cleveland knew they were done.
Well, when Cleveland jumped out, I thought Cleveland could have gotten off to a 16-0 lead. The Warriors were lucky; they weren't completely buried. But if you don't score in the first 4 minutes of the game, you missed your first 8 shots. That's not a good sign.
Let's see, what's that percentage making? 0?
Well, when they finished Vernon for the second game in a row, they finished below 40%, right, from the field. I think so.
It's woeful.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see if Oracle becomes Oracle again, and we'll see if magic can happen. I know I'll be there representing my station. It'll be a long day, and maybe it'll be we'll see.
All right. Hey,
But that's one in a 7-game series. Best team will will emerge.
The best team will win.
Hey, Vern, can you stay with us one more segment? We'll maybe talk baseball or something.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
A few more minutes, sure.
All right. Here we go for our second trivia question, and this one is hockey, which I knew nothing about. But I know someone told me to one time get the puck out of here. Okay, who holds the record for the most goals scored in the NHL playoffs in one season? Okay, and I'm hoping this is updated, so I'll give you a
Give
hint.
me the single season record for most goals scored in a playoff.
Yes.
Yeah,
And,
in all the postseason.
Yes,
right.
and I'll say who holds the record. Let's see. It's this was from the 1980s.
Okay.
Okay, and actually two guys did it. One in the 70s and one in the 80s.
Oh.
All right, that's our question. Email Edward at sportsecon101.com the answer, and don't touch that dial because sportsecon101 will be right back.
All right.
Good.
Where are you, Vern?
Tito?
Vern, where are you today?
Right now I'm in Marin City. I got to run in here and buy a dress shirt, and then I'm going to go into work. I have to edit a piece, and then I'm anchoring today and tonight.
Oh, good.
Good. Okay, let me just save this little file.
Well, I'll see you out there Sunday. That should be fun. I'm going to get out there kind of early just to. I don't think the traffic will actually be too bad, but the A's are playing that afternoon, so I'm going to get out there.
Oh, the A's playing a home game?
Yeah, I'm going to get out there about 3
at
o'clock.
9 a.m.
Yeah, I get out there about 3 because the game will start winding down about 3:30. Boy, the A's look so bad. I was listening to last night's last inning before the Warriors game, and they broke up the perfect game. First they break up the perfect game in the 8th, then they break up the no-hitter in the 9th, and they break up the shutout. But it's like, so what?
Yeah.
They're so bad. It's embarrassing.
Okay, here we go. Welcome back to Sports Econ 101. Again, I'm Edward Brown, your host, along with Bruce McGowan and our favorite guest, Vern Glenn. We always like to, we always know what side of the bread to butter on. Okay, here's a hockey question for you. Who holds the record for the most goals scored in the NHL playoffs in one season?
I'm going to say Bobby Clark and Mark Messier.
Neither one.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Wayne Gretzky.
No, in fact, okay. Now, unfortunately, I've never heard of these guys. Of course,
Okay.
I don't.
The only reason I know it wasn't Gretzky is Gretzky was a great assist guy, but he scored a fair amount of goals, but not a huge amount.
Gotcha.
Well, I was just thinking of his Edmonton Oilers days.
Yeah, oh, he was amazing. His
Okay, so
teams were amazing.
first of all, let me tell you, these guys are tied, 19 goals.
Okay.
Yari Curry
Oh, yeah.
in 1985
Yeah.
and Reggie Leach. in
Reggie Leach and the
1976.
Philadelphia Flyers.
So you know
Yeah.
your
I know.
hockey.
Well, I went to a hockey school, so I had to learn. University of Denver's a big hockey school.
I mean, this is how little I know of hockey. I did go to one Sharks game, and I had no idea.
What was going on?
Well, no, almost. But I look, I go, hey, wait a minute, how come those guys are going onto the ice and those other guys haven't come off yet?
Yeah.
I mean, because on TV you don't see that.
Well, I think hockey. I don't know if Vernon agrees with me on this, and not to get off on a tangent about the NHL season because it just ended. But I think when you get to go to a hockey game in person, it's the one sport that really translates a lot better in person than on television. Basketball and football, you can watch a game and you get everything you need. Baseball, not so much. It's more fun to be there. But hockey, you really should be there because I don't know about you guys, but I have a hard time following the puck sometimes if I'm at home. For some reason, if I'm at the game, even though I'm further away from the action, I can see the puck a little more readily.
I don't have a problem with it because I don't watch it.
Oh.
I'm sorry for all you NHL hockey fans out there. I mean, it's exciting when I see fights, but unfortunately, it's just one of those sports that just it doesn't quite do it.
Do you enjoy hockey, Vernon?
Those hockey fans out here who have not turned off this program.
Well, what do you feel? How do you feel about hockey, Vernon? Because I enjoy hockey. It's not my favorite sport, but I love watching a good hockey game.
First of all, you have got to go to the game.
I have.
Watch it on TV.
Yeah.
And let's. The true hockey fan talks about hockey in August, September, October. They don't wait till the end of football season, like a lot of the fans do, and just kind of jump on the bandwagon. Unfortunately, in the Bay Area, that's what a lot of people do. Now, San Jose has its own core. I mean, they're getting like 19,000 a game.
Oh, that's good.
19,000 a game. Huge following. They really don't care that the fan base isn't as strong, I would say, north of the peninsula. Because they kind of have their own thing.
I wonder if some of it has to do with East Coast people who now live on the West
But
Coast.
they do have a problem with people looking at to stand in the air and just go and just saying, oh, all the way down there,
Yeah.
Siberia or something.
Well, when you travel, when it takes you 2 hours to get there.
And I was in the clubhouse that first home playoff game, and Joe Thornton's at his locker, and there had been 5 times as many people in there that normally would be.
Oh yeah.
Joe just looks around and just goes, "Where the hell do you guys come from?"
Well, it's a big deal. You get to the Stanley Cup Finals, and it's a big deal. And it's not as big a deal as the NBA Finals for the Warrior fans here. There's not as many of them, but people.
Yeah, but it's a big deal to the hockey.
Yeah,
Sure.
oh yeah.
And I do watch the highlights.
That really doesn't like baseball,
Yeah.
basketball, or even football.
There are people like that. I have a good friend of mine
Right.
who's a huge hockey fan, but he doesn't follow any of the other sports. He doesn't even know them, but he loves hockey.
Well,
Hockey fans are
like
different.
Not knowing them. Someone mentioned icing to me. I went and got a cupcake. I had no idea what that was.
Oh my God!
Okay.
No, Vernon, did you ever get out on the floor or on the ice? I should say.
Well, he had that one.
Did you do that?
No, yeah, he did that.
Yeah, with what was it? Who did you do it with? You did it with some enforcer on the Sharks, right?
The hockey TV
Yeah.
I've done? Yeah, I've done a few of the Sharks. In fact, the first one I did, I was actually a teammate of the general manager.
Ah,
I was playing. This was the inaugural 1991 season,
okay.
and Doug Wilson and I were teammates for a practice. That was pretty cool.
Are you a pretty good skater?
No, terrible. And in fact, I went in goal because I thought that all you did was just stand there. Skater, be a goalie, and I later found that out.
I played in one exhibition game as a goalie.
When it was a minor league franchise in San Francisco, I got on the ice and tried to learn how to fight.
I think they.
Oh, that must have been fun.
Yeah, what to do.
They should just hire have a sumo wrestler as a goalie and just cover the whole thing.
Well, I know exactly what Vernon's talking about as far as the awkwardness. If you don't know how to skate very well, and I didn't know, I'm a decent skater, but I can't do what those guys did. I got to play in a little exhibition game at the school. It was like a celebrity game where I was going to college because we had the campus newspaper against the campus radio station. So it was like this game at halftime or in between periods of our local team or our college team. And I had to play goalie, and Vernon, it was the most uncomfortable experience I've ever had.
Well, having that puck at 100.
Oh my! Well, even it wasn't coming at me 120, but it was just 50 or 60 is enough. So yeah, I have a lot of respect for goalies. I used to hear the story. I guess Terry Sawchuk, who was a great goalie way back in the 50s and 60s, said he'd wake up at night sweating because he had dreams of pucks flying in his face because his face got hit so many times.
Wow.
In those days,
you have to be a spectacular skater.
Yeah.
Play goalie.
Yeah.
For hockey.
You do.
Really?
Oh yeah. Just
Oh,
the moves, the awkwardness of trying to save pucks as you're in a weird stance.
Yeah.
I mean, you watch those
Edward,
guys.
I'll take you to a practice with me one time, and
Okay.
just to see these goalies, because they're one of the first ones on the ice.
I mean, I have seen like
That's what
when, like on highlights where they have an empty net,
Yeah.
and so you see.
But you need to go to a practice and see
Yeah.
the work ethic of these guys.
It's
Oh yeah,
amazing.
well they're in great shape.
Yeah.
You gotta be in really good shape to do all that skating back and forth.
Definitely. Hey, I got to ask you, Vernon, a little baseball. So we got you. Baseball's in full flower now, and we're lucky out here in the Bay Area to have a very good Giants team that is one of the best teams in the National League, probably because of their starting pitching. The Dodgers are not as good, but they're the second place team. Some nice little stories of baseball. The Cubs look like a dominant team, but Dusty Baker's done a great job back in Washington, D.C. And of course, there have been some other stories. What's your read in the first couple of months of baseball?
I think the Giants. I was in the clubhouse a couple days ago before they left for this road trip. These guys, they love playing behind these pitchers. They don't care who's out there, but when Cueto's behind there and when Matt Thumb is behind that, when they're playing behind them, they're supremely confident. They go in there and just say to themselves, "How are we going to win this game?" And they almost always do, especially at home. I mean, they've been unbelievable at home.
Yeah, they've won 16 one-run games this year. I didn't realize they'd won that many. That's a lot of close games.
They really have it going, and they're riding the waves, and good for them.
Yeah.
But we're not even at the All-Star break, and we know what can happen.
Oh,
We
yeah.
know about June swoons and all this kind of stuff. But it's just a long season.
Yeah.
Now, I feel bad for teams like the A's and some of these other bottom dwellers whose the season is essentially over, and they're just trying to hang on. Yeah, they'll make a couple of runs along the way, but but I feel bad for those teams because by now you are who you are.
Yeah. No, if you got good pitching,
and injuries don't help.
no, I was gonna say if you got good pitching, and the Giants have 3 excellent starters, 2 All-Stars, and Cueto and Bumgarner, and then of course Jeff Samardzija has been pretty solid. And you know, it's amazing. Their infield is solid. They've got good defense. The Cubs are another. To me, the Cubs are the team right now that might be the best team in the National League, though, and that's not a surprise.
They are the best team in the National League.
Yeah.
I mean, just talk to other teams and they'll tell you.
Yeah.
They just and everybody talks about Jake Arrieta, but they have a whole package.
Well, wouldn't it be wild to,
too? I think they could have injuries and still have guys come up and step up and fill in and play a significant role.
So wouldn't it be wild for the Cavaliers to win and the Cubs to win in the same year?
That would be something. I mean, how long has it been?
Yeah, that would be a great story, and it could happen.
It could very easily happen.
It's weird with, you got. I'm trying to think of these teams that are out of it, right? Like, Atlanta and Minnesota and I guess the A's, where how do you go to work every day, basically, right? I mean, you love baseball, you play baseball, but there's got to be something in you that says, no matter how well we do, we really, for the next 4 months or whatever, don't have a shot.
Well, Vernon, I know, has covered some bad teams. I've covered some bad teams.
All you got to do is, you could take a look at their pay stub every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And just say, if I don't play too well, just knock it down.
And for these guys, they've been playing since they were 5, 6 years old, Edward. I mean, to them, it's not a job. I mean, it's a passion.
Yeah, no, and there's no.
They played all their lives to get the show.
I remember once.
Now they're up there. They want to produce so they can stay there.
Sure, I remember once, Vernon, way back in 1985, I covered a team that lost 100 games in the season. That was the Giants, and I remember talking to Mike Krukow, who was a pitcher on that team. He's now a broadcaster with the Giants, and he told me I said, it looks like you guys are just going out there and going through the motions. What's going on? And he sort of built up to a crescendo of. He didn't accuse me of. I said. A lot of people are saying that. I didn't. And he said, well, at the end of the thing, he said, F them, and he used the actual words. I had to bleep it off, but it was, baseball players are prideful. It's a long season, and if your team is in the toilet, you're thinking, okay, what can I do to enhance my situation for next year, or if I'm on the free agent market, they're not going to give up. But I mean, if you don't have the talent there, it's going to show. And as you mentioned, Edward, I mean, Minnesota. Atlanta, the Oakland A's, they're hopeless. There's no chance. No
but that's a good
point.
point.
You know what? It's a band of brothers. There's 25 guys in there. Nobody knows the lives they lead. Nobody knows how to walk in their shoes. We don't know. We're not in there.
Yeah.
We don't know if they had a fight with their wives and then went to work or whatever. We just don't know.
Well, here's the other thing.
What they're going through. All we do is pay for our tickets and then sit there and watch what happens.
But Bruce makes a good point about hey, what can I do for myself type of thing. And you're still a team player, but maybe one of the other things is if you play well enough, maybe you'll get traded to a better team. You've got more trading power.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, if you're on a poor team and if you're the best player on the poor team, yeah, you have trade value. For sure, yeah. I mean, that happens all the time. It'll happen at the trade line this year.
Yeah, it's interesting. One guy whose name has bounced around a lot is Ryan Braun, but he's on the far side of his career. He's injury prone, yet the guy could really be a short-term fix for some teams. And it was interesting. I heard a story the Giants were, there was some talk. Maybe the Giants are interested in Ryan Braun because they're kind of thin in the outfield. But this guy, I think, is got an option to make $20 million next year, and that's a lot of money to take a chance. And that's the thing that I would not want to be a general manager, having to give up prospects and take on a salary like that with a guy who's on the far side of his career. That's a tough part of being the general manager. Not a pleasant duty. I don't think I'd want that duty. Would you, Vern?
Well, general manager's got to, you got to make the tough decision.
Yeah.
The general manager that's got to go into and sit in front of the partners who are spending the money to greenlight it.
Well, what about going to the player? What can you? Is this a possibility? Going to the player and saying, "Listen, don't you want to play for our team? And have a chance at a championship?"
Oh, I'm sure a lot of.
We can't afford to pay you too much.
I'm sure they.
Yeah,
I'm sure they feel that way.
For us.
Yeah.
That kind of thing happens all the time.
I mean, Ryan Braun would probably love to play for the Giants, but would the Giants be willing to give up prospects and take on a lot of salary?
No, I'm talking about taking less salary.
I don't think.
No, you don't give back money.
Yeah, you don't give back money. I don't think anybody's going to do that.
Even to play on a better team.
No. Well, I mean, if you're signing for next year, that's a whole different ballgame. But from now, if you get traded, you get the same salary. Somebody pays for it. Maybe your old team pays for it. But
I was just wondering if there's a possibility.
I can see, Edward, see doing that if you are a double-digit veteran, if you maybe you've won before, you know, like a David Ortiz. I could see doing that if I was a David Ortiz and I really wanted to play for like the Giants or something.
Yeah.
And when you've made your money, you've been to the mountaintop, you've enjoyed the view, you've got the rings, you've got all that, and then maybe the wife's from the Bay Area and you want to
Hey, Vern.
for San Francisco.
I don't want to catch up, but we got to quickly go to a break. Want to thank? Just stay with us for a quick second. Okay, what Major League Baseball team reported to spring training as one team and departed with a new name and a city? All right.
Good question.
Stay with us. Sports Econ 101 will be right back.
All right.
All right, Vern. Thank you so much. Well, I don't want to keep you too long.
Thanks, Brian. Great having you on. We'll see you I'll see you at the game on Sunday.
Yeah. Look for me. I'll probably see you in the lunchroom.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm going to try to get that a little bit early, just to get out there about 3, just to be safe.
Beautiful.
And don't forget,
it'll be fun if they win that thing. That's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be very special.
And don't forget, I owe you coffee.
I'll take it.
All right.
All right, man.
Okay.
Good talking to you.
Thanks again.
All right, bro.
Okay, take care. Such a good guy. Yeah. He always is there if we need him. He told me that. He goes, "I'm always there, Bruce, if you ever need a guest." We should just, keep doing that. Bring him on once a month.
Yeah.
He's a great guest. He was a great co-host with
yeah.
us. It's just a shame that fucking
I know.
management. Pardon me for using that language, but
It's
come on.
so stupid.
Sorry about that.
It really wasn't even his fault. It was
No.
the guy who,
Yeah.
he's not the guy who brought it up. It was the guy he wanted to bring on the show.
Yeah.
He would say, hey, I better check out what.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get this 2-minute guy done here.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Sports Econ 101. Last time for today, I'm Edward Brown, your host, along with Bruce McGowan. And we had to quickly say goodbye to Vern.
Yes.
We always appreciate Vern Glenn
Great
joining us
guest.
on Sports Econ 101.
Great guest.
Here was our last trivia question. What Major League Baseball team reported to spring training as one team and departed with a new name and city?
One of two teams. I'm going to say either the Washington Senators, who became the Texas Rangers, or the Seattle Pilots, who became the Milwaukee Brewers.
You have to choose one. You can't
It is one of those two, though, right?
It is one of those
I'm going to
two.
say Washington.
No!
Seattle.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Seattle. I thought it was Washington.
No, the 1970 Seattle Pilots
That's right.
departed Tempe as the Milwaukee Brewers when the Pilots were purchased by
Bud Selig.
Bud Selig.
Yeah. Well, interesting story about the Pilots. They played at old Six Stadium, which is on the east side of the freeway going through Seattle. And I went there to a minor league game once, and it's a great little ballpark for minor league baseball. But they had this little stadium, and it was a funky stadium, and that was the era when stadiums were starting big stadiums were starting to become into vogue, and Seattle didn't have the money, and all of a sudden Milwaukee, which never should have lost the Braves, has a nice facility. County Stadium was better than Six Stadium, so Bud Selig was a big insider. So hey,
I wonder how they got named Pilots.
It's because of the during the war there were a lot of there was a lot of Air Corps centered up, and of course Boeing
is in Seattle.
Is in Seattle. Boeing's corporate.
Right.
Yeah.
We're gonna cut out here. Here's our thoughts for the day.
And thanks.
Yes. Sometimes you have to shut up, swallow your pride, and accept you're wrong. It's not giving up. It's called growing up.
Hey, good one. I like that. My wife would agree with you.
Okay. And Joe Namath said, "If you aren't going all the way, why go at all?"
Good point. Good
Joe
point.
Namath.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to keep it clean. All right, tune in next week to Sports Econ 101. We're going to be discussing sports topics from a business perspective. And I think we're going to have a couple of guests on, aren't we?
Yes, Marty Lurie, who's a local baseball guy, radio, and also another radio sports guy, Steve Binker.
Very good. All right. So we're going to be also giving away more free vacations for answering sports trivia questions. Thanks for listening. On behalf of our team, I'm your host, Edward Brown. We'll see you next week.
Good night, America.
So long.
All right, now here we go with.
All right, I gotta
hit the head. Gotta pee. Whenever I have to pee, I always do that. Remember that song from American in Paris? Gotta